joining us to discuss the pivotal role of digital platforms in building trust within Nigeria's home system, industry, creating employment opportunities and enhancing convenience for customers, connecting skilled artisans is WRKMAN, right?
Correct.
WRKMAN's founder and CEO, Mr. Tunde Ebohon.
Good morning, sir.
Welcome to the show. It's good to have you. So, this is interesting. I would like you to give us, tell us briefly about yourself and how WRKMAN became an idea that you're implementing right now.
Yes, my name is Tunde Ebohon. I'm the founder of WRKMAN. And WRKMAN was founded on the premise that in Nigeria, there has been a very difficult time for people to find good artisans and skilled artisans who can actually come in and do your work when you need them. It was actually founded, the idea came to me in 2018 when I traveled to Benin with my family, and we were stranded in the middle of the road. And we could not find anyone to help us.
Wow.
But we had a phone, and I was thinking, why can't we find someone to help us using a phone in this age of technology? And that's when the idea started, founded the idea. And then COVID hit. And during COVID, it was, well, I'm at home. Why not do this? So, and that's how the journey began.
Oh, okay.
All right, so from that time onwards up until this very moment, what would you say is the perception first and the acceptance of employing or embracing digital platforms to actually, make life easier and better, create seamless processes for home services, when you need artisans, when you need vendors? What is the reaction? What has been the reaction for the largest part in terms of acceptance?
People have been very open to it. They are adopting it. And we've grown from 0 to 40,000 users on the platform. Wow. And we've grown from 0 to over 100 people that are using it on a daily basis.
Wow.
And we're growing rapidly, and people are seeing the benefit. And they're adopting it. And people know how difficult, especially in this economy, why would you want to waste your money on an artisan that will take your money away when you can have someone to take account for that money? So we're sort of like the one bridging the gap between those artisans and users like us.
Okay. So because you mentioned bridging the gap now, how would you say artisans are responding? Some people will think there's a cut that your management fee would cost them. So correct. They might not subscribe. But how do you see them? Is it encouraging how they're subscribing? Are they really open to subscribing? We
don't have any problems getting artisans. The artisans are very open because they know we're fair. So initially, they were not so sure, they were not so trusting. But as they come in, and the ones that have engaged us, they've seen the impact of what we're doing for them, because we're sort of like the ones giving them a platform, whereby on a normal basis, the only people that knows who they are the people living around them. But now you have somebody 10, 15 kilometers away that can actually reach out to them and call them, and they can do the job, and they can showcase their skills. So they don't have any issue. And many of them who are engaged with us, they are very, very happy.
Okay, so how does the WRKMAN app work? The app, how does it work? And also, what are the feedback so far from users since it went live in Nigeria?
So, yes, the feedback has been great. On the App Store, we have over 4.5 ratings. So we have lots of users are very happy, the ones that have engaged us. In terms of how it's going in Nigeria, was that your question?
Exactly.
It's been great. And what we're trying to also do is there is a lot of Nigerians in the diaspora who have properties in Nigeria. And this is an app they can use to get qualified professionals to maintain their properties. So those are also part of the people that we are catering to.
But how does the app work also?
So the app is pretty much, think about Uber, but for artisans. So you pretty much pick it up, you download it, you register. As soon as you register, it automatically would get your location where you are. And if you feel like you need a service at a different location, let's say somebody with multiple homes, they need to go to a different location. You just change your location, and it will show you all the artisans in that location you are, the closest one to you. So you can choose whoever you want. You can review their ratings. You can see the photos of the job they've done. You can see what other people have said about them. And you can then go ahead. Once you make a request, you can start to communicate with us. And the good thing is we are in the middle of the process.
Okay.
We monitor the process from start to finish. You do not have to pay any artisan directly because we hold them to account. So no one will come and collect your money and say, and not deliver the work.
Okay, so obviously there is a huge gap in the area of job creation in the country, and I'd like to ask you how you see this WRKMAN app bridging the gap between unemployment in Nigeria.
That's one of our primary goal and benefits to WRKMAN, because right now we know how difficult things are. And you were asking about providers embracing us. Many of them come around and they basically thank us for giving them this opportunity where they can actually get jobs, because people don't discover who they are. And people are all over the place looking for the right type of providers. And this provider, basically, we give them a pedestal and everybody can see them. And then we have providers who don't do anything else but only
work on the app
WRKMAN because they are that busy.
Wow.
Right. So I wanted to ask, just because I'm thinking about the artisans now, for instance. Sometimes the issue that we have is not really about finding, artisans within reach when we need them. Sometimes it's about finding artisans who are really competent, who can do the job and execute flawlessly. So I wanted to ask, does your company invest in, for instance, enhancing competence and training for some of these artisans so that, for instance, for the generator repairer who is on my street, who probably doesn't use the phone that browses, how would he in the first place even get in contact or be able to, how would you facilitate his onboarding on the app? So do you also invest in training artisans so that they can actually deliver service at a higher, more exceptional level? Yes.
So we don't train them at this time, but that's one of our future plans. We're planning on opening up what they call WRKMAN Academy. And in WRKMAN Academy, we can onboard providers and train them properly. But at this time, what we are doing is we're basically, we take them on, we get endorsers who have seen their work and they know that, okay, this guy has done work for me. And what we typically do is when a job comes in, we look at the platform and see, okay, these are the people that have done this job before, and these are the people that can actually implement. And those are the people that are presented to the client. And what we then do is we know that depending on his level of skill, and we know looking at how much the client is looking to spend, we just don't send anyone to the client. We make sure that
provide a match.
The right person is going for that job.
Okay, something recently happened where, some agencies who vet staff will send house helps, artisans to people, and they will have a crime at the end of it to become a subject of investigation. We have the Ajumogobia's daughter recently, several others had one caterer story. Have you had any such experience as as an agency? Or how do you even vet? Do you have a partnership with the police? How do you vet the people listed under your service?
So for any artisan to come onto our platform, there are several criteria that you need to have. First of all, we need to know what your NIN is. We have to get your BVN. We make you give us some endorsers. And what we do, because at the end of the day, there is a company that we've also engaged who is also starting to help us with this process. The good thing about the platform is because we are involved, and for every artisan that is on the platform, if you open up the app, you can see the location of the artisan. So at every point, we know where the artisan is. And when they are on their way to the client's house, we know. When they are leaving the client's house, we know. So they are tracked every step of the way. So it's not like they just show up and we don't know what is going on.
So what are the future expansion plans for WRKMAN?
Nigeria. To cover the country, and we're looking to go into Ghana, Kenya, and the United States.
But I wanted to find out what are the categories of the artisans you have available, the ones you've currently onboarded? What are the range of the skill sets that the services being provided?
The normal ones that you would normally know: plumbers, electricians, carpenters. We have washing machine techs. We have TV techs. We have refrigeration. We have freezer. We have some dispatch riders. You have to just download the app and check it out. There is a whole slew of services that we offer.
Okay. And do you have them location-based? So, for instance,
like Uber.
you have all your artisans at a particular location and they have to travel?
No.
But you can pick them from wherever,
yes.
proximity.
You get as many. Lagos is pretty well covered. We are in Lagos, Abuja, Port Harcourt. We're now starting to go into Ibadan, Owerri, and I believe Enugu.
Okay.
Interesting. Is there any other information you'd like the audience to know? Maybe if somebody is watching and wants to download the app as an artisan or even as a user of the app?
That you should just look at it, and if you want the peace of mind of getting your job done, then WRKMAN is the way to go. You can't go wrong with it.
All right, so the website is right there on the screen. For those who are interested, could just munch that or take a picture and visit the website to get how to download. Is it available on both iOS?
www.workmanapp.com.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you so much for joining us and enlightening us on this and doing what you can to bridge the unemployment gap.